Jason Statham is a well-known action movie star, famous for his tough guy roles in films like The Transporter and Fast and Furious. With his chiseled features and intense performances, he has captured the hearts of movie fans worldwide. However, beyond the big screen, Jason craves a taste of normal life. He often finds himself surrounded by cameras and fans, making it hard to enjoy everyday experiences like anyone else. In a surprising twist, Jason decided to go undercover during a stay at a luxurious hotel. He aimed to blend in and see how people reacted to him without the glare of celebrity status. To do this, he dressed casually, opting for comfortable clothes that would help him remain unnoticed. Little did he know that his choice of footwear would lead to an unexpected moment of judgment. As he walked through the hotel lobby, the atmosphere buzzed with excitement and luxury. Guests mingled while staff members worked diligently. Here, amid all the hustle and bustle, Jason was about to discover just how quickly appearances can shape opinions, and how sometimes even a superstar can feel out of place. Jason's decision to go undercover stemmed from his yearning for a slice of everyday life, far removed from flashing cameras and the chaos of being a movie star. He longed for the simple pleasures that most people experience, like grabbing a coffee or chatting with strangers without being recognized. After years of playing tough roles on screen, he wanted to see the world through a different lens, one where he could enjoy anonymity and understand how regular guests at his hotel live their lives. Choosing to stay at a luxurious hotel was part of the challenge. Surrounded by the hustle and bustle of travelers, he hoped to blend in rather than stand out. Dressed casually, he wanted to surprise everyone by acting just like any other visitor. This undercover mission wasn't just about seeing how people reacted. It was also about reconnecting with himself and escaping the pressures that come with fame. As he settled into his new role, Jason felt excitement mixed with a bit of anxiety. Would he truly be able to navigate this world without anyone recognizing him? What would it feel like to be just another guest enjoying a getaway? Little did he know how quickly things would change with just one pair of boots. The hotel where Jason chose to stay was a stunning blend of modern luxury and classic elegance. Tall marble columns greeted guests as they entered, while crystal chandeliers sparkled above, casting a warm glow over the lobby. Plush sofas invited weary travelers to relax, and the air was filled with the soft sounds of gentle music mixed with laughter and conversation. The atmosphere buzzed with excitement as families gathered for vacations and business people engaged in important meetings. Every detail was designed for comfort and indulgence. A grand staircase led up to elegantly decorated suites, each featuring breathtaking views of the city skyline or lush gardens. On the ground floor, a stylish cafe served gourmet coffee and delicate pastries, where guests could unwind and socialize. High-end boutiques lined the hallways, offering everything from designer clothing to luxurious spa treatments. This vibrant setting stood in stark contrast to Jason's usual life of action-packed movie sets and red carpets. Instead of being chased by paparazzi, he found himself surrounded by people enjoying their time away from home. As he took it all in, he felt a rush of excitement mixed with nervousness about how his undercover adventure would unfold in such a lavish place. As Jason prepared for his undercover mission, he carefully selected a casual outfit that would help him blend in with the hotel guests. He opted for a simple black t-shirt and comfortable jeans, elements that mirrored the laid-back styles of many travelers. However, Jason's choice of boots became a focal point that led to unexpected judgment from the hotel security staff. These boots were rugged and worn, a stark contrast to the polished shoes typically seen in such an upscale environment. While they were practical and suited for his everyday activities, they did not match the luxurious vibe of the hotel. As Jason walked through the lobby, he could feel curious glances from the staff and fellow guests, especially when his boots clunked softly against the marble floor. Security personnel began eyeing him suspiciously, seemingly judging him based solely on his footwear rather than recognizing him as a movie star. This moment was both shocking and amusing for Jason. He realized how quickly people could form opinions based on appearance alone. It made him ponder whether these impressions might cloud their judgment of who he really was beneath the surface. As Jason entered the hotel, he felt the weight of first impressions surrounding him. The front desk staff greeted him with polite smiles, but their expressions subtly shifted when they caught sight of his rugged boots. Initially, they seemed welcoming, but a hint of skepticism flickered in their eyes, suggesting that they were unsure if he truly belonged in such a luxurious setting. While checking in, Jason engaged in light conversation, hoping to make a friendly connection. However, he could sense the staff's uncertainty as they exchanged glances. Once again, it was his boots that sparked doubt. How could someone dressed so casually be trusted to stay at their high-end hotel? Even as he introduced himself and projected confidence, their attitudes began to shift after noticing his attire. The initial warmth faded slightly, replaced with an undercurrent of judgment. It was a fascinating lesson for Jason, how quickly perceptions could change based on something as simple as footwear. Despite being someone used to the spotlight, he found himself longing for genuine recognition beyond outward appearances, a reminder that sometimes casual choices can lead to unexpected challenges in understanding and acceptance. As Jason settled into the hotel, he felt a mix of excitement and trepidation. However, everything came to a head during a particularly tense moment in the lobby. After checking in, he decided to take a stroll to explore the lavish surroundings. As he walked past a group of security personnel, he couldn't help but notice their eyes narrowing as they focused on his boots. Suddenly, one of the guards stepped forward, his expression serious. "Excuse me, sir," he said, his tone implying that Jason was out of place. "Can I ask where you got those boots?" The question hung in the air, drawing curious glances from nearby guests who paused their conversations. Jason chuckled nervously, realizing how absurd the situation was. They're just some old favorites," he replied with a grin, trying to lighten the mood. The guard raised an eyebrow, clearly unimpressed. In that awkward moment of scrutiny, Jason froze, feeling a wave of discomfort wash over him. It was both humorous and frustrating. Here he was, a well-known action star, being interrogated about his footwear. This experience underscored the challenges of being undercover and how easily judgments could be made based on appearances alone. During his time undercover at the hotel, Jason took the opportunity to observe the interactions between guests and staff. He noticed how different people were treated based on their appearances, often leading to quick judgments that didn't reflect their true character. For instance, well-dressed guests received friendly smiles and attentive service, while others, like himself and his rugged boots, were met with skepticism and caution. Watching a family at the cafe brought this insight into sharp focus. They were dressed casually, but exuded warmth and kindness as they joked and laughed together. However, a hotel manager passed by and barely acknowledged them, seeming more concerned about their attire than their behavior. Jason realized that this tendency to judge based on looks created barriers that prevented deeper connections from forming. He also observed staff members who worked tirelessly behind the scenes. They wore uniforms that blended with the luxurious surroundings, but often went unnoticed until they provided exceptional service. This made him appreciate those who worked hard yet remained in the background. It became clear to Jason that beneath layers of clothing and first impressions lay stories waiting to be discovered, emphasizing the importance of looking beyond appearances to truly understand people. As Jason reflected on his experiences undercover, he began to think deeply about his life as a celebrity. Fame had brought him immense success, but also came with challenges that often made him feel isolated. He realized that being in the spotlight created a barrier between him and everyday interactions, making it difficult to blend in with regular people. In the luxury of the hotel, he felt the weight of his fame in every glance and whisper. While he craved genuine experiences and connections, he was constantly reminded that his status affected how others perceived him. The rugged boots he wore should have signaled a desire for comfort, but instead, they highlighted how quickly people could judge based on appearances alone. Jason pondered how many moments of true connection were lost to assumptions driven by fame. He missed the simplicity of being recognized for who he truly was rather than what he represented on screen. This experience opened his eyes to the reality that while fame offers advantages, it often distorts relationships and interactions, reminding him of the importance of authenticity in a world filled with preconceptions. As Jason concluded his undercover experience, he emerged with a newfound perspective on fame and authenticity. The time he spent blending in at the luxurious hotel taught him that while celebrity status can open doors, it also creates walls that hinder genuine connections with others. He realized that many people often focus more on what they see on the outside rather than the stories and experiences that lie beneath. This adventure highlighted the importance of understanding and empathy as he witnessed firsthand how swiftly judgments could be made based on appearances alone. Jason found himself appreciating the simple moments of warmth and kindness he observed among regular guests, moments that were often overshadowed by superficial assessments. The experience ignited a desire within him to seek more authentic interactions in everyday life. Jason left the hotel determined not only to cherish his status, but also to encourage others to look beyond the surface, recognizing that everyone has a unique story worth knowing. This journey served as a reminder for him to embrace vulnerability, both in his personal interactions and public persona, ultimately shaping a deeper connection with those around him. In reflecting on his undercover experience, Jason Statham encourages readers to look beyond appearances and recognize the value in each person's story. His time at the hotel served as a powerful reminder that judgments based on looks can prevent us from truly understanding one another. He learned that everyone, regardless of their clothing or status, has unique experiences and emotions that shape who they are. Jason's adventure highlights that beneath every surface lies a deeper narrative waiting to be uncovered. By taking the time to engage with others and listen to their stories, we can foster genuine connections and build empathy in our daily lives. He urges everyone to embrace vulnerability and remain open-minded, seeing people for their true selves rather than just what is presented to the eye. In a world where appearances often dominate first impressions, Jason's journey illustrates the importance of looking deeper. So next time you meet someone new or encounter a familiar face, remember that there is much more beyond what meets the eye. Each person carries a wealth of experiences worth exploring and understanding.